everything and seeing what is it that we need to do in order to make sure that we are well rounded with our credit, and what are the things that are going to make a big difference for us with our credit. Now, I know that, for anybody who doesn't know me, my name is Thomas Stewart. Okay, I specialize in credit restoration as well as helping those build their credit and those do it themselves. So those who are really looking to build their credit and really, get things in order, I'm the guy for you. A lot of times I will say that people who are looking to get their credit fixed, sometimes, there are some things that can be done without you having to necessarily um, pay for credit restoration. So what we try to do on these calls is help answer some questions that might be relevant for those who are looking to, get things in order. All right. So we're gonna go jump right into this. So now, right, going into credit, what are the things that we need to focus on, and why is it so important to look at the credit matrix? Well, there's different types of ways to build your credit, and depending on where you are, you can only do certain but so much. And this is great for college students because what we want to do is we want to give the information to the students, right? Because so much people are going into credit, they're learning about credit, and they don't have the information that they could help maintain their credit. For instance, we all know that for our bodies to maintain, we need sleep. A percentage of our day, we need sleep. We know that we need water, right? We could survive off of food, but we know we need water. And we also know that we need other essentials like love and, compassion and all those other things that we don't think we need, but we do need those things. But we're talking about credit, so we're just going to go over what are the things that you need to focus on to be well rounded on your credit profile, right? So first thing, right? We have 30%, the biggest, one of the biggest part, but I would say the biggest part is 35%. 35% of your credit history is going to go towards your mortgage payments. Okay, your mortgage payments are going to be the main thing. Your payments, how you make your payments. Now, I just said mortgage payment because I'm paying a mortgage, but um, in regards of your payment history, let's just say that is what exactly what it is. Your payment history is the most important thing that you're going to have to do. That's the most important thing that you'll need in order to get your credit situated, right? So they're looking at your credit history, they're looking at how you pay your bills. So the main thing is to make sure that you're paying your bills on time, right? How you pay your bills on time? Well, what we're going to do is that every bill that you have and everything that you're working on, you have to make sure that you pay it 5 days before it's due. That way, you don't have to worry about it being late. And if you are in a situation where you are going to be late, call your furniture and let them know exactly that you're going to be late. So that way, they're able to help you. Okay, that's my opinion. A lot of times, when it comes down to people who are like striving to build their credit, what happens is that they go through this thing where they're late. We go through hard times and we try to hide. We put our face in the mud. When we're behind. For instance, a lot of people who had COVID issues, what they did, they didn't defer. But a lot of us could have deferred our payments so that way we wouldn't be late. So just keep that in mind. Okay, those are things that are important, and those are the things that are going to make a big difference in your life when it comes down to it. Okay, so that's my spiel. Your payment history is the most important part. Why is it important? Because how you pay your bills is going to show your credibility and how they can trust you. Okay, so that's number one. Okay, number two, 30% is going to go towards um, you know how much money you owe. So if you owe money and you owe, let's say, a lot of money to the credit bureaus, um, what happens is that a lot of times they look at your income and they look at it and they say, hey, you know, this is what it is, and your income is very, very, very high, but your expenses are higher. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that you're paying all this, and you're doing all this, it's really a situation where you want to keep your utilization down. Now, a quick way to look at a way to get your utilization down is to make sure that you stay under 20%. So if you're under 20%, you should be fine. I really honestly say 18%, because that will make a big difference. 18%. So that's where we are when it comes to the percentage of what you really would need. My opinion is that when you have a lot of credit cards, it's best to build as much higher credit balances as you can. That way, you're not always at the rat race. For instance, if you have $100,000 on a credit card to use, and you use 10% of that, that's $10,000. You have $20,000 to use. After the $20,000, they're going to be looking at you and striving to get payments from you, and they're going to bring your utilization down. So it's good to just really honestly look at it like stay under 18%. Okay, stay under 18% if you can. It helps. It makes a big difference in your life, and it'll help you when it comes to applying for more credit cards. Okay, so that's another one. That's 30%. Another 15% is going to go to the length of credit that you have. So for all those who are in college or have credit cards since college, one thing's for sure, you're one thing for sure, those who have had older credit, they'll be able to get approved for credit cards that they might not be, credit cards that someone who has new credit might not have. So you want to be mindful of that and say to yourself, well, you want to start getting credit earlier in the game, but you don't want to get credit early in the game and ruin it. Okay, so just to keep that in mind. Okay, so that's that. And if there's any questions, of course, you could put them in the comments. I will definitely answer any questions that you have in regards of this space. We definitely got your back and make sure that anything that you have questions about will get answered. Okay. Of course, again, my name is T.W. Stewart. My company is called Signature Credit Consultants. We specialize in not only removing, but helping you leverage your credit, whether it's business, whether it's personal. And we do have a protection plan to help you do it yourself. And we definitely can help you with that. So it's one of those things where you want to, be mindful of how much credit you have, how much credit you're using, how you're making your payments, and also the length of credit. So that's the third thing. Length of credit is the third most important thing. Then the fourth thing is new credit. Are you continue getting new credit? I think that's really good. A lot of times what people do is that they get credit cards. They get maybe 5,000 or 6,000 in credit cards. And what they do is that they don't apply for any more. That's not good. You want to keep applying for cards all the time. So that way, every single time you apply for something, you get it. And if you don't get it, take the inquiry off of it. We'll show you how to remove inquiries. Okay. So that's something that we really care about, removing inquiries and making sure that we have that understanding. Okay. So that's that, right? So now we have that. So we are going to jump into another one. Okay. So the other one now, the other most important thing after new credit, okay, is the types of credit that you have. So the types of credit are important. A lot of times, a lot of us just have maybe one type of credit. We have car note, or we have, maybe a utility bill. Revolving accounts is what you want to have. So store card is a revolving account, right? Macy's card. If you are doing a gas card, another card, revolving account, gas card. Try to get cards with things that you're using and what you're doing, right? Don't be so subject to just get one type of credit. We all need credit cards, right? But we all don't need, you don't need to have 15 Capital Ones. You need Capital One, American Express, you want to get a couple of different lines of credit, Home Depot card. These are all ways to help you. Okay. So this is how that works. So you want to have different types of credit, with these things, these are the things that you really should be focusing on. And these are the 5 things that you should be focusing on: payment history, capacity of the amount that you owe, length of credit, new credit, and the types of credit. Those are the 5 things. Okay. So that's my piece for today. I just want to give you that information.
I've been getting paid $1,000 a month.
If you are looking on reaching out to me, my information is here. Okay. And if you are looking on just getting a credit analysis to see where you are, to find out what you can do, I'm here for you. Of course, the credit analysis is always free, but it's not free to help you get your credit fixed. And it wouldn't even be free for you. You have to definitely take the time and you have to work hard to get it done. It's something that you have to want to build to have better credibility and to be able to make more moves. Thank you so much. This is my segment on credit and the 5 things that are important. Of course, this is Make Your Credit Great Again. And I am TW Stewart, Mr. Signature, and I am out. Thank you. See you next week.